Well, welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. Today, I want to talk about this idea of dreaming because I think we've stopped dreaming. We stopped dreaming about a life that is fulfilling, a life that is successful, a life that is abundance, a life that is full of love. Yeah, we've stopped dreaming. But here's the key thing. No one can give you anything more than what you want for yourself. That's a really loaded statement, that no one can give you anything that you don't want for yourself. You say, well, Lee, I want that. Got to ask the question. You may want it on the surface, but what about at the core of your being? Do you really want it? Better yet, do you feel you deserve it? You could meet the perfect person if you're single, and this person would be ideal in a relationship. But if you don't want that ideal relationship, or you don't feel you're worthy of that relationship, that person will come and go in your life and you won't even know that you missed having it. The same thing's true about using your gifts in the world to serve others. Using your gifts in the world to serve others. So that would be like your career. What do you believe you're worthy of in a career? Do you dream about doing certain things? Or are you stagnant? Do you not see that there's a greater yet to be? Because if you can't dream a greater yet to be, the greater yet to be will never happen. Because you've got to become the person who would be living the dream. But if you don't know the dream, how do you become anything more? The key thing that I would say to you is to become a dreaming expert. That's right, spend 5 minutes a day. You do that anyway. You daydream, you imagine all day. You do that all the time. We all do. But are you imagining a greater you? Are you taking time to see yourself in the most expansive way with absolutely no judgment? That's really the big thing, because the second there's judgment in there, when we judge ourselves about something, we're sort of saying we're not worthy, aren't we? Yeah, what's popping up for you when I say that? Do you dream? Do you really dream? Here's a key thing. You say, I got my dream in place. Not yet. Not yet, because if it hasn't demonstrated in your life, the dream is just an idea. The key thing is to make that dream a habit of thinking about yourself, a habit of belief. Because once you get that habit of belief, dreams come true. But the problem is most people think dreams come true without us doing anything. And that's not it. We've got to become a vibration. Think about this. Everything is energy, and every energy has a vibration. To be a billionaire, there's an energy about that. So to become a billionaire, you've got to vibrate at the frequency of a billionaire. And what's that frequency? Well, you sort of got to look at all the billionaires and say, what's their energetic? Then you got to ask the question, do you want that energetic? I don't know. I don't have the answer for you. With more and more and more money comes greater and greater and greater responsibility. Are you willing to be that person? Well, people say, yes, yes, yes. And then I go, well, have you done anything to study money? Have you studied investing? Have you studied how to use capital? Are you a good steward of the money you've got now? You see, building a dream is not building a fantasy. Building a dream is actually building a template of who you are. And in that template, you've got to look at all the aspects, the mental, the physical, the emotional aspects. You've got to look at the consequences that happen from that energy of the emotional, mental, and physical that align with that dream. And you've got to say, yeah, I see the benefits of it. I want that more than anything. I truly, truly want that. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become that person. But if you're going to sit there and say, I'm not willing to do anything, I just want it to come to me, well, I'm sorry. That's not how the way the universe works. Everything is a vibration. And our job is to become a vibration to the things that we desire. The things that we desire come from what we dream about. Here's a question, too, is to ask yourself, is my dream, or is my dream someone else's dream? Am I running away from my greatness, or am I willing to step into my greatness? Many times we settle. At least that's my experience. Most people settle in their lives. And if we have the power to create through how we use our mind, why would we settle? Here's why we would settle. Because we don't love ourselves. And why would I say that? Because you don't feel you're worthy of more. If you truly loved yourself and accepted yourself, you would see all your gifts, and you will know that you're worthy of anything you can put your mind to. Then what you have, what you experience, becomes a conscious decision, and you become empowered. And you see that people say, well, I don't need more money. I don't need more money. See, if you get more money, what can you do with it? You can do good. You can support others with that money. You can support programs that help others with that money. You could help eliminate hunger. You could help bring pure water to the world. You could help create an invention that would cause the world to expand in a way that no one else has ever expanded. Having money is a blessing if you're using it for the good of all. That doesn't mean you don't get to enjoy it. Yeah, you get to enjoy it. But it's not just about you. You see, we forget we're all one. We're all connected. We are all human. When we can embrace that we have that connection, we can see life differently. Here's the key thing. If you're dreaming for yourself, you got to believe it's possible for anyone else as well to have that dream, to have what you want, because otherwise you're living in a world of scarcity, when in reality, there is no scarcity. There's enough for everybody. But we've been taught to think in terms of lack. And so it's about opening ourselves up to more, to greater. Why? It's in our DNA. It's in our spiritual, mental, emotional DNA. What is boredom? Boredom means there's no growth. You're bored. Is there anything worse than being bored? And what does boredom lead to? Depression, anxiety? But if you're fully engaged in your life, there's no room for depression. There's no room for anxiety. There's no room for boredom because you're juiced. There's no better way to live life than being juiced. That's why I love my life. I'm doing what I love. I've got Lee juice. And Lee juice just makes me sing. I love it. Well, I'm not going to sing for you, though, because my voice, it's not one of my best. My singing voice is not one of my best gifts. My wife's got a great singing voice. I don't. You know when I learned that? I learned that in 5th grade. When did I learn that? I was in Catholic school, and we were having choir practice. And the nun told me to just lip sync because, Lee, you can't carry a tune. And yet I love to sing. See, I don't give a flip what that nun said. You put on some good rock and roll and Lee's singing along. I'm living my dream. My dream is to feel the energy of music. I may not be a performer on stage, but I can enjoy the hell out of it. I don't got much else to say today. You've got to dream about yourself. Dream about who you are and what you want, where you want to take yourself. What kind of people do you want to be around? What kind of things do you want to do? What kind of great food do you want to eat? What kind of great places do you want to visit? Got to ask those questions. So with that, be the best you can be today, because you can't do anything more. Make it a great one, everyone. And no one tells you, I will. I love you just like you are.